All right, hello and welcome back to SQ2. We are going to attempt to escape from this little predicament we found ourselves in. We're going to swing, give Roger some time to build up some momentum. Getting there. Right about the time that the beast reaches out for us is when we will jump. All right, very good. We're going to head to this cave and we're going to use the gem as a source of... Maybe when we get here. There we go. Use the gem as a source of light. Cause some creatures to scurry away. You tumble down. Now, if you look right to the left of where Roger is now, you'll see a little item on the ground that really blends in well. That is the gem, and you need to make sure to go back and pick that up. That was a rather spectacular entrance. All systems seem to be intact, though. The dwellers mumble something. The translator responds with, "Follow us, beanpole." They hurry away. All right. Got the gem back. Now let's head down. Welcome to our canyon. You look to be from out of town. On behalf of all of us, I would like to thank you for saving our compadre from the hunters. You are welcome to stay in the canyon as long as you like. When you are ready to leave, simply say the word, and my assistants will show you the only way out for a being of your size. When you leave, however, we must seal the exit behind you for our own protection. Goodbye and good luck. And we literally say, word. The word. We'll climb down. No, don't adjust your monitor. We haven't taken control. We have taken control. There is no light source in the vicinity. You couldn't see guano if it was pasted to your proboscis. Let's use the gem. You can't maneuver with the gem in your hand, so what we'll do is put gem in mouth. Very good. Not a great deal better, but better. All right, let's go down, and hopefully I can remember how to get out of here. It's a slight maze. We're going to go this way first. And then we're going to come to the far side of the screen and go down. Okay, and I'm going to go this way. There we go. And hopefully, actually, I think I go over from here. Nope, I'm wrong. All right, I don't want this to go on too long, so I'm just going to pull up a map. So that'll be much faster. Okay, so let's see. Let me go over this way. Maybe I should go back to where I started. Okay, so let's go here. And then we should go down in a second. Good, straight across. Down from here. Get to the bottom, we'll go back this way. And when we get into the next screen, we will go past one more ladder. Good. And we will go down from here. And as soon as we can turn right, we will do so. There we go. All right, and that should get us out of here. So we'll continue through out of the cave. Well, out of the tunnel, I guess, and into this portion of the cave. You have an opportunity to stand and spare your tender knees. The crystal clear water gives off a gentle glow. In abundance, it is able to light the room. You take the glowing gem from between your aching jaws. You notice it is overly moist as you slip it into your pocket. Very good. All right, so let's pop into the water. Roger will swim naturally. And we can do a quick. All right. And so if we go to the left here, we'll just plunge to our doom. So we want to make sure that we come over to the right side, fight the current, and head down. As you enter another of the mysterious subterranean chambers, you realize that the water is now racing toward a giant whirlpool in the middle of the area. You are caught in a strong current, powerless to alter your course. Yes, and nothing we do affects anything. If we can choose to enter the whirlpool, that's fine. We're going to do it anyway. Your body is sucked down until finally you are able to resist no more and must yield to the overwhelming force. Hey, and we're free. Geez, that was quite a trip. Peering around, you find yourself back in the open again. All right. So we can come over here, and we'll look around. You are in a little clearing which is surrounded by large boulders and impenetrable brush. There is water, in which you entered, at the bottom left. You can just see a landing platform in the distance. The rocks in this region are all gray and fairly rounded. There appears to be nothing of interest about them. All right, so what we actually have to do here is essentially summon the beast by using our whistle. And then we have to be prepared to... You give the whistle a toot. It makes an odd sound. You hear an incredible whirring and grinding sound coming from the north. We're going to get ready to throw our puzzle. Suddenly, a Laban terror beast buzzes into the room like a tornado, and he looks like he could do as much damage as one. He's going to come at us. We're going to throw our Cubics Rube puzzle at him. You chuck the Cubics Rube puzzle over to the beast. The beast appears interested in your offering. Curiosity gets the better of him, and he reaches down for it. He seems quite perplexed by the puzzling plastic polyhedron. And thus, we have successfully navigated the Laban Terror Beast. We're also going to grab a stone from this pile of debris. Pick up a small rock generated during the Terror Beast's grand entrance. Very good. We're going to come through here, and we will save. And we're going to sling a rock at this guard. So sling rock at guard. Whew! You cleverly use the athletic supporter to sling the rock at the guard. This is the jock that we got in the locker way at the beginning of the game. So if you failed to get that, you would now be stuck. It makes serious contact with the side of his head. We like the way you think. And he goes... Poof. He drops like a lead parakeet. The rape thud of impact is momentarily sickening. He is perfectly still. So we can search him, but there's nothing really here. All right. Now, hopefully I remember how to do this. I guess we can look door. The elevator is nothing spectacular to look at. On the left side is a thin slot. Put card in slot. You slide the key card in the slot, then remove it. As soon as the elevator door closes behind you, the platform on which you rest begins to rise. Okay. Now, hopefully I can do this correctly. Let's open shuttle. You recall from your landing the rear entry hatch being on the rear left of the shuttle. You'll have to move a little. Okay, there we go. No. Open shuttle. There we go. All right, so it's actually remarkably easy to kill yourself at this point, but let's look at the panel. Everything looks automatic. The panel is loaded with clusters of system status indicators. There's a power button, an attitude dial, and an ascendant thruster button. So push power. Look dial. The attitude dial sets throttle control to either VAC, vertical attitude control, or hack, horizontal. It's currently set to hack. Well, we're going to need a lift off, so let's turn the dial and then push thruster. Ascendant thruster. Push ascent thruster. Push thruster button. Good. Alright, shuttle begins to vibrate at the ascent thruster ignites. And so you use the keys to control, and we need to bring it up. Good. If you press forward, you'll crash into the ground. And we're just going to sit here and continue to ascend up for a time till we reach adequate, I don't know, escape altitude, something like that. Kind of makes you feel like there's something you should do, but there is not. We're off planet. Good work, Roger Wilco. All right. A tone sounds. A soft synthesized voice notes that adequate altitude has been achieved. Ascent thrusters are now ineffective. The monitor draws your attention again. All right. So we can turn the dial. Now we're going horizontally, and we can go forward. And again, we will just continue on until the next event occurs. Can enjoy the glorious wonder of space for a time, believing that we are now free. Or are we? The screens are suddenly splashed with the incredibly horrible image of Sludge Vohall. Hello, Roger Wilco. I've been waiting for you. Once again, my subordinates have failed me. Anyway, it looks like you'll be visiting me again soon. Don't bother trying to pilot the vehicle. Sorry. I have taken control. You will be arriving at my command post shortly. I anxiously await your arrival. He closes with a chilling laugh. His image is frozen on the screens. The ship changes course as if it had a life of its own. All you can do is hang on. Let's see if we can... Whee! So it still seems to take just as long. Maybe we'll just go back to fast for now. And, yellow ship bank. Pretty soon we will see Vohall's little asteroid ship coming into view. And then we will land with oddly little fanfare. Through the window you see your apparent destination, Vohall's asteroid. All right. Excellent. The massive bay doors meet, jarring the entire vehicle bay. As you step down, the shuttle door slams shut behind you. You are quite surprised not to find several of Vohall's guards waiting to greet you. You begin to ponder what the twisted scientist might have in store for you. All right, save again. And let's head off along this walkway here. Instead of heading down, we're going to come into this elevator, and we just press, actually, no, there is no 2, so we'll hit 3. Now it's going to show what happens if you hit 2, but basically it just says, oh, there isn't a 2, which isn't as helpful as you might want. All right, you have a funny feeling you're being watched. So we're on floor 3. We can just continue on here. Only significant thing we have to watch out for is the cleaning robot. You can look out these windows and it tells you that all you see are billions and billions of stars. And we have found what we're looking for, so we will push this button, head inside. Aha! You know a janitorial closet when you smell one. Almost at once you sense an emptiness, a melancholy longing. You begin to feel homesick. Look, it's quite dark in here. You do find a plunger, however. Take plunger. Okay. Now let's continue on. Hopefully we do not come across the cleaning robot, as that will require us to turn around and go back the other way. Ah, it's coming for us. Good. 4. Level 4. There is a terrifying beast we will have to watch out for in here, although
perhaps it will not be quite so terrifying. Oh, I'm sorry, actually, that's the next floor. I lied. Push button. Let's go inside and look. It's quite dark in here. On the floor, you notice a glass cutter. Take glass cutter. Okay. And we can go this way now. Now we can go into either the women's room or the men's room. And I think we should check out the women's room. And it doesn't matter because it's actually the same exact room. Open door. Let's use the toilet. Have some decency. Close the door. Close door. Let's look. Inside of the stall is a sight to behold. There is writing of various languages etched on the walls. The floor has an interesting coating of some type of congealed dreck. It appears that the toilet may have been white once. A toilet paper dispenser hangs on the wall. We can use the toilet. Okay. You slide your uniform pants down and settle onto the cool ring. You go through whatever motions might be normal for you during this act. Refreshed, you grab your pants and compose yourself. We will now take the toilet paper, which is what we actually need to do in here. Oops. Open the door. And try to wash our hands. The faucets aren't operational. Ohol didn't seem big on personal hygiene. Well, apparently. All right. Now we can head out and head up to the 5th floor. Short hop, skip, and a jump away. Very good. This is the last of the floors. All right. Now we have a couple of important things to do here. Really just 1.5 important things, I guess. Let's do this. Okay. Push button. Look, it's quite dark in here. There's a small waste basket. On the floor next to it lies a pair of crusty overalls. Let's take the basket. All right. Aren't you amazed by how much stuff an adventure game hero can carry? You've just got to know how to pack. And let's take the overalls. You pick up the overalls. They are very small and quite worn out, not to mention filthy, and of no use to you. You toss them back on the floor. As you set them down, something falls to the floor. Look, floor. You see some filthy overalls and a lighter. Let's take the lighter. All right, now we're going to avoid these grasping hands here because I don't think that looks safe. Okay. And this door appears to be open. Oh no, one of the cells is opening. Who knows what unspeakable horror waits behind these steel bars? We can just run away from this creature. But if we are caught, oh, yuck! The dark and spiny beast with massive red lips grabs you up and, after a longing glance, proceeds, don't read further if the phrase French kiss bothers you, to plant a very moist French kiss on you. You are left quite stunned. And then it leaves. So I think just kind of a fun joke for the programmers to throw in, kind of a obvious reference to Alien with a slightly less problematic ending. It is rather a long elevator ride down, but that's okay. There we go. Save it here just in case I walk off the ledge, which is highly likely. Now that we have gathered all these supplies, we will finally be ready to head down this direction. The door behind you closes solidly. We're going to walk this way. A barrier springs up before you. And now we're going to save again. Another barrier stands in your way. You feel the floor shift below you. It's moving to the left. So we're going to put, or rather stick plunger on wall, but we need to wait till the floor gets much closer to Roger as his skinny janitor arms can't hold himself up for too long, and if we do this too early, he'll end up running out of strength and falling into this pit of acid. Using formerly uncharacteristic creativity, you apply the suction cup-like plunger to the smooth metal finish and hang on for dear life. Once a janitor, always a janitor. All right. Now, I think if we wait long enough, it'll just let go, but we can choose to let go ourselves. You release your grip and drop back down. All right, now we will again save, and we will put paper in basket. And I'm going to type out, put basket down. And then we're going to slow down to the slowest speed, as it's actually quite difficult to do even just these two very short steps quickly enough to deal with what's happening on the next screen. So as we step onto the screen, we'll immediately put the basket down and then light paper. Doing it this way, there'll be plenty of time because everything moves slowly enough, but at the fast speed, it's actually very difficult. So we wait here. You can't move at this point. You're kind of stuck. Well, receiving a nice hosing yourself, the basket fire is extinguished. Seconds later, a loud series of pops is followed by the smell of fried electronics. All right, now we can start moving again and return to a normal speed. The sprinklers sense accomplishment and cease operation. Very good. So we can leave those robots behind. Proceed off in this direction. Your fire and subsequent shower seem to have shorted out the burnished bullies. Excellent. That's what we like to hear. Come down here, door opens. You have just entered Vohal's secret chamber. The evil one himself is seated before a large console, high on a platform in the center of the room. Standing obviously ready are many of the dreaded salesman clones. So, Roger Wilco, we meet again. I must say I'm quite impressed with your resourcefulness and tenacity. I'd love to chat, but I'm busy preparing the last of my salesman clones for their trip to Xenon. Feel free to stick around and observe the downfall of your civilization. Ha ha ha. I can't allow that. I'm coming to get you. Oh no, going somewhere? Ha ha ha. As soon as you step on the platform, you are struck by a beam of light emitted from a unit in the ceiling. You are, in a matter of seconds, you are broken down into microparticles and extracted from the air. I am excellent at reading. Again, the beam strikes, this time blasting into a glass jar on the console. It is there that you are molecularly reconstructed in a miniaturized form. Well, I'll be darned. My miniaturization beam does work. Vohal's voice booms. In the old days, I'd test these things on myself, but as you may have noticed by my appearance, being my own guinea pig has had its disadvantages. I guess this will keep you out of my way once and for all. You'll make a nice conversation piece. With that, Vohal turns away to put finishing touches on Xenon's fate. Well, we can't allow that, so let's use the glass cutter to cut some glass. The newly cut pane of glass falls to the counter. Apparently, Vohal doesn't notice. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to climb into the vent. All right, let's try that again. You wriggle your slim carcass through the vent, and back here behind this pump, let me look quick. Judging from those two hoses coming in from the outside, you guess that this is the inner workings of Vohal's life support system. A respirator pumps oxygen into his lungs, while a pump on the back wall forces blood through filters. There's also a sign on the back wall. Look, sign. Sign says, caution, press button for emergency shutoff. Well, I think we can do that. Push button. Way to go, Roger Wilco. You've just disconnected Vohal's life support system. He's a goner without it. All right. Exit vent. You can see Vohal struggling to take his last few breaths. Not you again. You think you have won, he wheezes, but all you have done is to seal your own fate. He reaches up and flips a switch on the far end of the console before dropping to the floor, dead. Well then. Alright, let's come over here and flip this switch. You should, alright, put switch down. Push, switch. Push, switch, down. Move, switch, down. There you go. Reduce or enlarge. Let's enlarge. Rather, type enlarge. And we do an adorable little jumping bit. We have to hurry back and get inside our glass container. Hey, look at that. You are once again reconstituted, this time to the correct size. You notice that the clones are gone. All right, let's take a second to look at this screen. General status, orbital decay. Oh, goodness. Prognosis, terminal. Uh-oh. Interior environment's okay. External temperatures are bad. Uh-oh, the launch countdown is ticking away fast. We have to enter the abort code. I don't know what it is, so maybe we can search the body. An examination of his repulsively turgid fabric-encased mass reveals nothing other than the tubes which supplied him with blood and oxygen. You do notice the letters SHSR written in pen on the back of his left hand. Let's try that. Look, screen, type, what does it do? SHSR. Hey, we did it. All right. So, congratulations, we have stopped Volhal's evil plans. We're not safe, however, because A, we can easily fall off this walkway to our deaths, which I'll probably do at least once. Maybe not. All right. Let's look here. You are walking through a clear tubular passageway which seems to wind in and out along the outer perimeter of the asteroid. There's a box mounted on the west end of the tube. Look. Box. Box is actually an oxygen mask receptacle. It is currently closed. Open box. You notice the box and you open the box and noticing an oxygen mask, remove it and close the box. Now we can start walking over here. And we don't necessarily have to do it right away, but I think we might as well just wear the mask now. And you can see it there on Roger's face. So let's head down here. And the reason this is so important is because a section of the glass tubing has fractured from combined stress. The pressurized atmosphere rushes for the relative vacuum of space. Fortunately, wearing the mask protects you from suffocation. Excellent. All right, let's head down this way. You no longer need the mask. You remove and stow it for later. Let's head this way. With the gentle chorus of dulcet alarms going off, we are almost completed with our quest. There is one more thing we need to do. I'm going to try this at full speed, but I am probably going to need to slow it down again. So we need to push the button and then enter. Oops. Yeah, not fast enough. All right, let's load this. We were, I don't know, destroyed in one way or another by that creature, by that robot. So let's go to slow. What we need to do is open up this pod. Oh, goodness. Let's walk down here first. So gentle and soothing. Okay. And now we can go slow. So we need to press this button, and then this caused me a great deal of difficulty the first time around. We actually have to type in to enter the pod. The robot has apparently decided that it is permissible for you to be here since you are in the pod already. And then it will just kind of leave us alone. All right, so let's go back to normal speed. And then upon entering the escape pod, you quickly take your seat. Look, you are seated inside one of the emergency escape vehicles. Before you lies a control panel and a viewport. 40 minutes until meltdown. Look, panel. The only outstanding feature on the panel is the clearly marked launch button. Press launch. Warning, emergency escape vehicle launch sequence has begun. Launch time, T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And the pod has launched. Woo! You're going to have to stop cutting these escapes so close, Roger Wilco. Well, you must feel pretty good right now. You stopped Vohal from carrying out his threat of salesman infestation, ultimately destroying the twisted scientist himself. You also managed to save your own skin. And just look at that score. Pretty darned impressive. Suddenly, a warning signal draws your attention to the oxygen meter on the front panel. It reads low and dropping fast. This is just great. You knew it was all too good to be true. You have maybe 5 minutes of air left. Well, Roger Wilco, it was nice knowing you. Let's look around. Now you take the time to view the interior of the pod in more detail. You see a sleep chamber against one wall. Open chamber. You turn back the plexiglass cover. Enter. Chamber. You make the split-second decision to enter the sleep chamber. It seals automatically. Soon you are overcome by a pleasant drowsiness. This is certainly better than suffocating. You begin to drift away into a deep sleep with the satisfaction of having accomplished your task. You've come through in the clutch and you deserve a nice long rest. Now if someone would just pick you up somewhere along the way. So long, Roger Wilco, and thanks again for saving your people. You're welcome. Thanks for playing Space Quest 2. Not sure where the 5 puzzle points are that I missed, but that's okay. We have, however, come to the conclusion of our journey here in Space Quest 2, and we'll pick up with Roger drifting aimlessly in space when we return with Space Quest 3. But until then, see ya.